Hi guys, welcome to the first episode of Crash Your Mind. We have Deanna Smith here. Say hi,
Hi.
Deanna.
Hi.
We
Hi.
have Ash Story,
Hey.
and then we have Eli Paget.
Hello.
Okay, so first thing we're going to start with is just talking about what we want this podcast to be, right? So in my personal opinion, I would like this podcast to just be a place where like cymbal players can come to get latest news on WGI. They can get insights on like tricks they've never seen, and they can just like come here to talk if they need to about cymbals. We might also branch out into talking about other WGI aspects in the future, but for now, it is strictly cymbals. Does anybody else have anything to add to that topic?
No, that's
no,
about
not really.
Okay. Y'all don't have any like goals that y'all want this podcast to be?
Well, okay, like I think in general, I'm just like happy to be here. I think it's cool. Like I feel like it shows how much growth there's been in the cymbal community, that they're like people passionate enough that like want to do stuff like this now. Because like being someone who's played cymbals for a while, like it's crazy to see like the interest grow. So I think just like being able to be a part of that and like be a part of like that information sharing within the community, like that's kind of like one of my goals for the podcast, I guess.
Yeah. I definitely want the cymbal community to grow. Even though it seems like it's shrinking at some points, I do believe that it is a growing community, but we need more outlets like our podcast and other outlets to further like people's awareness that cymbal technique is a thing, right?
Definitely more educational resources, and like, you know, we're like getting to a point now where like those are expanding, but like you said, there are like some aspects of the community that are like growing and some shrinking. But I think at least like in WGI, like we see a lot of like growth and a lot of like openness to that growth, which I think is really cool.
Yeah. Eli, Ash, anything?
I think it's just a good opportunity for us to learn as well, because us reacting to these videos and talking about cymbals and stuff like that, it's a chance for us to expand our knowledge as well as giving it out to other people. So I'm excited for that as well.
Yeah.
I completely agree with both of those points, and like, it's something similar that I was gonna say also. But
Okay, well let's talk about like who we are to get people to know us, right? So, my name is Zane Mack. Yeah, I don't think any of the viewers would know that without me telling them. So yes, my name is Zane Mack. I have been playing cymbals for 4 years now. I first started out with playing cymbals for my university band at USC in 2020. Yeah. And then I first started WGI in 2021. Dan, is that was the year, right? 2021?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was, no,
Yeah.
22.
22, yeah, it's 22. I started in 22 and did it for 3 years. And this past season, the 2024 season, was my age out. Yeah.
I can go next. My name is Deanna Smith. I have been playing cymbals for 4 years in high school, and then 3 years outside of school. I've been doing WGI for 8 years total, though, because one of those seasons I did Visualine. I was also the director for Palmetto Indoor Theatre last season, or I guess like this season since it just ended. So I've been like a little all over the place, but still pretty much all just in the South.
Yeah. I was I did WGI with Palmetto Indoor Theatre. I forgot to mention that for the 3 years that I was in WGI. But next.
I can go next. Oh.
Okay, you go, Ash. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. Okay, I'm Ash, and I my 10th grade year of marching band is when I first tried cymbals, and I played them for like our indoor season and marching season. And this is my first year with WGI, and I performed with Palmetto Indoor Theatre cymbals there. And yeah, that's it.
Okay. So I'm Eli Paget. I just finished my second year of cymbals and also my second year of WGI because my high school did neither of those things. So I'm relatively new and I'm still looking to learn and grow in the cymbal community.
Yeah, so we have a like diverse like experience level with cymbals here. Me and Deanna are probably the most experienced with cymbals, and then we have Eli who's done 2 years, and then Ash who has only done 1 year and is very new to like cymbal stuff. So we're gonna have like a lot of diverse like insights into like whatever we look at in the future and today. But yeah, just wanted to bring that out. So now that we've introduced all of ourselves, we are going to transition into looking at some of our past videos or past seasons that we've done WGI at Palmetto Indoor Theatre. Some of us have only been a part of some of these shows, some of us have been a part of all of these shows. Just a diverse mix. This is Palmetto's first year, and this was in 2019, right?
Yeah, this was the 2020 season.
2020. And the only member of the cymbal line that is here in this call was Deanna Smith. So
that is true. This was Palmetto Indoor Theater's charter season. This was actually the second group that I've like been on I've been there for their charter season, because my high school group, it was the first time they made an indoor percussion group, and I was there for their first year, and this was Palmetto Indoor Theater's first year, and I was there for this one. So it's cool being on like two cymbal lines that like for the first time the group actually like competed. But yeah, I think I'm the only one. Even like last season, like the season that just ended, there was only, I think, one age out who also marched in this season, and that was our guitar player, Hunter Grimbecky.
So we're gonna watch this. You guys are welcome to start talking like at any point in the video, and I'll just like pause it unless you don't want me to pause it. Just tell me to keep going. But like, if you start talking, I'll just pause it and we can like look at whatever you're talking about. But we're gonna go ahead and look at it. Oh.
No.
I love how he said Palmetto, pow. That's interesting. Okay, cymbals. Actually, let's look at that. Did y'all see that? What is that grip that y'all are in there, Deanna? Not here. Like after y'all unloaded it, like are y'all just holding the? Like,
Yeah.
y'all
So
still have the symbol?
yeah. So the left hand is still in the strap, and I'm pretty sure the right hand is just like stacked on top of it and then just unloaded. So I don't even think that there's like a grip like on the other one. If we do, maybe it's like grabbing the knot. But like I think they're just stacked on each other like that. Because they were really light cymbals. Because that was when we got those cymbals that year, like it was a whole new set. And I don't know if you guys ever seen them around the warehouse because they're like trashed now. But they're really
them,
they're really thin, and I think they're like HHXs. No, maybe AXs. It's one of those. But they're super light, so.
That still looks like very scary to do, like while you're also moving, and you, like have a prop. Like I would be scared of that falling the whole time.
Well, that's what I said. I think it's like it felt really comfortable. Like it wasn't like, especially because they're like lighter. Like the edges of them, they're very, since they're so thin, like it didn't feel super heavy. So it wasn't like a crazy weight like bouncing back and forth. A lot of the weight is in that center of it. So since that was like kind of like cupped over the palm, it didn't feel super wobbly.
So it just like like the inside of the bell just like balanced pretty well on your hand.
Yeah.
Let's go.
That's very interesting, because I would just be scared. That's all. Like,
Those props also moved very smoothly, so it wasn't like we were really jerking it. Like they rolled pretty well. So.
Just right quick. A little note about the beginning, the visual sequence with the making the archway, you know.
Oh yeah.
I remember specifically being there for this competition, and this was the first time that I've actually seen a group in person that was in WGI. I don't know if it was. I don't think it was at this competition specifically. I think it was at the Seawee regional, but this show specifically is what sparked my interest in joining an independent group. And I remember it clear as day because this show blew my mind when I was in a baby group. And specifically that first sequence, that visual sequence, because it was so pretty to me.
Yeah, and also Palmetto's like a very like, how would y'all describe it? Like we're like experimental with like our shows, right? Like
yeah, it doesn't fit the box like a lot of other groups. It's very it's out of the box. That's the best way to explain it.
And this season specifically being the charter season, we actually competed in A class. So this wasn't an open class performance. This was whenever we were competing in A. So the videos that we'll watch after this are us completing an open class. But this is an A class show. So that will be a little different than some of the other stuff as well.
Okay, where was that spot? I think it was here. No taps.
Let's go bases. Another thing I specifically remember about this show.
The bases?
Yeah, I was obsessed with bases.
Feature incoming.
Oh my gosh.
8! Oh my god.
Very expressive.
Okay. Can we pause it for a second?
Yes.
So, I was a big fan of like those cymbals that we had when it came to like doing visuals with them and stuff like that. Sound wise, they were hard because like you can like tell, I guess, in kind of like the middle. Anytime that we're not doing something that's like a crash choke, or a tap choke, like it really doesn't read. It doesn't sound as like loud. Like it's hard for it to like pass through.
Yeah.
And we like this season we did use like a pretty wide variety of sounds. Like we did like bell taps, and like I think they might have got cut, but I think we had some zings too. But like a lot of those things just didn't necessarily read all the time, because I remember that season like working on the dynamics of this feature and stuff like that, especially with it also being in tandem with the front ensemble. Some of the stuff just like didn't read. I know my favorite part was like when we do the like the hand to hands with each other. I'd say hand to hands, but like in a different context. but the like that was always fun for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the feature was very expressive. It was a little hard to like hear some of the parts in it though, because I can like those cymbals are kind of what cymbals are they? Did you say they were in?
I believe they're HHXs, but I think there are like different kinds of them. I'd have to look up like the specifics. Like I said, like after the season, because they were so thin and like this was our first year, and I think most of us had played cymbals before, but we were all like pretty young to it. So the cymbals didn't necessarily get treated the best. Not because like we were like beating them up, but because like we just like didn't have the best technique the entire time. So they got kind of warped, and just them being thinner, they just like weren't as durable for like some of the stuff. So
Lesson number 1 for cymbal players: take care of your cymbals.
Take care of you. Use good technique.
And good technique.
Woo.
Okay, so I think we're right here. Some fast flips.
We did a lot of flips that season. This was low-key my favorite visual, and it was so simple.
The handstand, boy. The handstand. That
the cymbal cartwheel.
That is crazy.
Oh my god.
How
did the cymbal like get inverted from doing that?
Yes,
no, there's a specific way that you have to do it to like avoid like inverting it. I think it's either that they go down at the same time, or it's the way that you do. I don't know. They worked with him a little bit so that he wouldn't like really like invert them or anything like that. But it's still rough on the cymbals. But he was really athletic, so he was really good with it. But they did have to work on it a little bit, so he wasn't just sitting there inverting his cymbals. I don't think he inverted them at all during the season. Obviously, this was a season that got cut short, so
that's still crazy, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's very crazy. I saw that. What was that? He did like a little
swoop.
Oh.
Bucket toss type.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of like a weird like adjusted bucket toss, I think. Because it wasn't just straight up. He like he did the bucket, and then I think he came back down and just swooped it over.
Yeah.
It looked cool behind the stained glass.
Yeah.
A really pretty moment.
So whimsical.
I also really like that part. That is also me leading this line through all of the props. I'm about to come across the front.
Fire, fire, fire.
Awesome.
Yeah,
And that was
oh,
I do have a question for Deanna.
yeah, go ahead.
So you might not know this, but do you know if the music that they were playing came from anything specifically, or was it written for the show?
I know that there was like source material. I could not tell you what the source material was for this show. But like not direct source material, but like you know how like there are like things that they take inspiration from.
Yeah.
I don't know what the things were for this, but like I think Brady also wrote the music for this. And when I say Brady, I refer to Brady Hartness. This was a drill written by Richard Henshaw, who also wrote our show from this past season, like the drill for the show from the past season. And then I think some other people help with music and things like that. But yeah, this is also not the actual end of the show, but we didn't get to the rest of it because this was the Spartanburg regional. So there was still more show, and then COVID.
That's when everything went downhill.
yeah. Well, overall, I think the cymbals, like technique-wise, was like very good. Like, I was like especially when we were doing that follow the leader, like all the hands were just like, let me go back to that. Where's that? Hands were pushed out. Wasn't wobbly. Right. Correct.
Yeah, it looked strong.
Yeah, good technique with our pushers and everything.
I find it also pretty impressive that it's just like a plain white mat. Like, I know the mat this year was like quite literally a grid, but like that's pretty impressive.
Yes. Yeah, I
Setting-
didn't have any marks anywhere.
I think there are dots on the floor, but like if you've marched on a floor before, you might know what I'm talking about. Like that's not just a grid, but they're like tiny like circle dots that are painted a color that is slightly off from the color on the floor, so you can see it when you're there, but you cannot see it from like far up. So I think there were those.
Melange had that on the mat, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then something also about this season was we started the season with two cymbal techs. Noemi Durantes, I think that's how you say her last name, Durantes. And then Jalen Lewis. Jalen actually, because he had not aged out yet, and we ended up needing a drum set player, he played drum set for us. So he's actually on drum set in this video. But we did start out. Yeah. So we did start out with two cymbal techs. You know, we worked a lot of like fundamentals and like basics and like things like flip 1, flip 2, just like really working those like flips, because we came from like so many different backgrounds and like being kind of like newer at cymbals, and like because there were 5 cymbals on the line. One of them, her name is Claire. You guys know Claire's last name?
Yes. Isn't it? Oh my goodness. Is it Hendrix?
Yes. Claire marched. It was Q2 this last season as well.
Yes.
Yes. So Claire just marched Q2. I think she also marched Q2 the season before that, and then I think the season before that she marched Civitas.
That is correct.
So after this, Claire continued to march independent, which I think is really cool. I continued marching with Pitt, and then we had 3 other guys who did not continue with WGI, but they've still I've still kind of kept in contact with them a little bit. So it's nice to see how people like continue with the activity even when they're not in the group, especially whenever like you see someone continue on the cymbal line. So I think that's really cool.
Unrelated to the cymbal line, but the center marimba here went to MCM, correct?
That's true. Sean Giovanetti.
Yeah. Am I circling the right person right here?
I honestly can't see your mat. I can't see your mouse.
Oh. Okay. Okay. Well, we're.
Yeah, but it is the center marimba in this video, and I believe he was also either center of the season or splitting center of the season, at MCM.
I think he was center.
Oh, cool.
Well, very good, strong start, even though it was cut short, to Palmetto's legacy, especially with cymbals. They were killing it that year.
Yeah, really awesome show for the first year.
For real though.
This is 2022 show, also warehouse. This is where we practice and sleep and eat
Breathe.
And sweat and cry
And bleed.
well, maybe not bleeding, but yeah.
I don't know.
You know that's a lie.
There is some bleeding going on, but it's normal bleeding.
Cymbals to the face can cause blood.
That is true.
Only sometimes though. Depends what kind of day it is. No.
Yeah.
Okay, so quick story. Even this is like one of the last like full runs we had in our warehouse setting before we went to Dayton, if not the last one. The reason why we were not showing our Dayton video is because that one had an audio failure during it, or during the whole show, and that wouldn't really give you viewers the effect of the full show if we showed that version. But that is available on YouTube if you want to see that version.
Yeah,
we still performed our best during that, but unfortunate circumstances happened and audio was not working during that. So, but
Yeah, it was still a good show. It just, you can't really follow what's going on without the audio, unfortunately.
Yeah.
all right, so this is still like the same, like this is pretty much the show that we brought today, and like I don't think there might have been like minor changes, but full pictures there. All right, y'all ready?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Love the dancing.
Yeah, so I'll pause it right there and just talk about like that whole beginning like aspect. As you can tell, this is a very hip hoppy inspired show. Yeah, the show title is In, if you can see it up here at the top with this title. But basically the theme is like you're stuck inside your little head, right? And you want to get out.
Yeah, it's kind of based on the like on Bo Burnham's Inside, not like a 1-to-1 comparison, but like on that thing of like being stuck inside your head, and like how music kind of helps us like get out of that and like help us escape even if we can't like get out physically.
Yeah, so we saw that with like this beginning aspect where like everyone's pushing against the little fabric, trying to get outside their little boxes. See, we have 4 of them. And then we eventually push them away, right? And then all congregate to do some hip hop.
I've got to say, like, this, no pun intended, this is the most out of the box show I think I've seen. And I really like that about it, because it's up until this point, which I also got to see this one in person. This is the first show that I'd ever seen with like hip hop dancing in it, and it also like blew my mind, because I didn't even know that could be a part of this like organization. I didn't know that was an option.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree that this all my 3 years a part of this organization, this was the most like year one. But I always say this, and I would love if like this was reimagined later on in Palmetto's pipeline, whenever we have like an established like infrastructure and everything, but because this concept wasn't able to be fully realized that year, and like it holds a special place because it was my first, but it's also like it also deserves more, you know, especially that Dayton run. It deserves way more than what it got. It was a good show.
Yeah, I enjoyed watching it a lot.
Yeah. I really enjoy the concept of it too.
Okay, I'd never noticed this before, and I've watched this show a few times. I never actually noticed how the bases are hidden and they just kind of appear when y'all duck away. That's a really cool visual.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that it was kind of like blocking them, so that was a purposeful thing. So that's cool.
Yeah, that's a really cool effect.
Now this dancer that's coming out, this is actually one of our cymbal players. She's gonna kind of like motivate a lot of the action for a little bit here. Her name is May Mullen. I think that's how you say her last name.
Oh. Yeah, cymbals.
How's that for the cake? Oh my gosh. Okay.
All right.
Sorry, that's just so this show, like I said, I also got to see this one in person. I didn't really care about cymbal line at all until watching this show, to be very honest. Because like I said, my high school didn't even have a cymbal line for indoor percussion, so I'd never really thought about them. But when I got to see this show, I specifically remember seeing all the cymbals do that high kick with the cymbals, and that actually like made me fall in love with cymbals. For some reason, that was the thing. And so after seeing this show is when I decided I wanted to play cymbals. Fun fact.
Yeah.
Yeah. Y'all killed it.
Don't yay that to me. Everyone has a lot of good opinions about this year, and don't get me wrong, I love the show. I love the concept. I love the dancing. I love some of the stuff we were doing. I have a lot of regrets about the season. Not having a tech meant that a lot of our stuff was not as thought out. It was a lot of things that we kind of had to come up with together. If you've ever been on a cymbal line without a tech, you'll feel the struggle. It's not necessarily that things are like awful, but it is. Your limit is where everybody on the line is at. That is like kind of like the highest you can get to sometimes, without putting in a lot of like extra work behind the scenes. And I don't think we were able to do that all the time. I think that we still did a good job with what we had. But I really would have liked to see more like cymbal elements, and like especially with like how much cymbals have like grown with things that like we're able to do, and like whether that's like musically or like visually. Like I feel like this show didn't necessarily explore all that, and I would have loved that if we could have done that more. So you'll hear that as being one of my big gripes. And you know, like the kick was fun, but if you see like the things that we've kind of like done before that, like leading up to this section, it's kind of like unloads. I think we did a bucket, a parrot. You know, not super complex things. Just something to get like a little flash. But that's kind of where I sit with all this.
Yeah, I mean, I see you, but like as an outsider looking in, somebody that's never touched cymbals before, it was really effective for me. And I can say the same to everyone that was sitting around me in the audience. So like knowing now like how to play cymbals and what this program is like, I can see what you mean, but it was a really fun thing to watch at the moment. So I still enjoy it, but I see what you mean.
Yeah, this was my first year doing WGI cymbals, and I'd like seen very little about like all the visuals you can do with cymbals. So I was like, oh my god, this all I'm doing is cool. But as soon as I got the day in, and after like we got preliminary and all that stuff, and then I got to watch the other cymbals, I was like, oh, they're doing a lot more than than what I was doing in my show. And I was like, oh, but I still like love the show, but like it just opened like more. It just opened my eyes more to like what more I could do, and I took that into the next year. With like trying more advanced visuals, even if it looked really hard to do. Yeah. That was a visual.
Cool. I enjoyed that.
Don't replay that. I think I did it bad in that rap.
So we just did like an unload. What was it?
I think it's unload cat.
Yeah.
Don't watch me though. Watch somebody else. But I'm pretty. Like I said, I'm pretty sure I did it wrong in this video. Because I watched the prelims one where you don't have the audio with it. And then something else different between this one and the prelims one is that we have headphones that are on and off throughout the show. Like we put them on, we take them off a couple different times, which you don't see that in this rep. But I think that's just like an unload. I think it's a catch, and then it's reloading into a crash.
Yeah.
The drill there looked really good.
Mm-hmm.
That was probably the most difficult drill move we had.
I still find it interesting that the infinity snare feature this year looked very similar to this. Did anybody else catch that?
I did not.
Yeah, no, I haven't. I don't think I saw Infinity this year.
Was Infinity's show the one with the mirrors? Like, those
Yes.
blocks? I think I know what you're talking about, where they, like, came through, in a way, and they just started
they came through one by one and added on, and they even made, like, similar formations and stuff as this feature right here. I saw that at, Atlanta this year, and instantly thought about this show.
Well, I mean, I'm sure a snare line has done that before us too, so.
I know, but this is the one, like, the first time that I had seen it, so I just automatically associated this one, but that's a funny little thing I just wanted to point out.
And
yeah.
I was gonna say I'm not positive, but I know that the drill for the show was not written by Richard this time, but I believe that it was written by Kyle Swartz, who was our visual caption head.
Kyle.
Yeah.
Yes, Kyle.
Cymbal dance feature. The dancing went really hard though, not gonna lie.
Yeah,
And,
so
this is another one of my regrets, right? So, like I said, I love the dancing. The choreo was written by Jesse, previously Jesse Pellington, now Jesse Hartness. And we had a dance feature, which it was a cool feature. It was fun, but I really would have liked to have a genuine cymbal feature, which recognizing that we didn't have text, and also just kind of like I think in general we didn't have a lot of staff. I think it might have been for the best. I don't know if we would have had the ability to clean it to its best, like with what we had. But I really would have liked to have like a genuine cymbal feature that involved like the actual cymbals. But this was still cool. This was fun to do. Me and Zane still try to do this dance sometimes because it's a fun thing, and it was like it felt dope on the floor.
Yeah.
But yeah, it that's hurt my soul a little bit that this was the feature.
Hey,
as a cymbal player.
we ate it up though. We ate it up.
We
real.
did.
It was awesome.
Always a.
I like this part a lot.
Yeah.
A cymbal visual.
Okay. Yeah.
Probably our most complex visual sequence of the show was that last part.
It looked cool.
Yeah. I remember learning. I was like, oh.
It was so a fun show. Definitely like I think just like all around for everyone. Even like if you're not a cymbal player, like there were like a lot of things that we wish we could have done more with. Wish the audio didn't go out. But I did enjoy this show. Like it was nice as a show to come back from like being on like I guess a break for so long because of COVID. Like it was just nice to like be back in the activity and be back like doing what I love, which is playing cymbals. So I was just like happy to like be there and have that opportunity again, especially like with Palmetto. So that was really nice.
Yeah. Hey Crashers, thank you all for joining us on this thrilling journey through our first episode. But wait, the adventure doesn't end here. Get ready for an even deeper dive into our latest shows in part 2 of our podcast. We're just getting started and can't wait to share more exciting episodes with you. So buckle up and stay tuned for an unforgettable ride with us. Bye.